breath of fresh sports.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of A Breath of Fresh Sports. I'm Courtney.
I'm LeRon.
And I'm Erric.
Hey, episode 11. We back here on another Saturday for y'all.
Yes.
Today, what we're gonna talk about, man. Tonight we got a draft coming up. Tonight, and it's this guy right here. It's his league.
Yes.
He's the commissioner. Erric B's Baker Boy Fantasy League draft tonight. 12-team somewhat standard scoring. You have 6 points per passing touchdown, and we have some bonuses here and there, but we ain't finna get into all that.
Right.
But it's a one-player keeper league, and what we're gonna go over today is everybody's keeper options, and just give our opinion on what we think they should do. We're not gonna let them see it until we draft though.
Yeah. After the fact.
So, man, we jump right into it. We have at pick number 1, Mrs. K. Hunt. She's got the first pick.
Yep.
And one of her options is Saquon Barkley, which, of course,
Nice.
she's not going to keep Saquon because she has the first pick.
The first pick.
Saquon will be her first round. So she's not going to keep that. And her other options are Aaron Rodgers in the second round. You have Tyreek Hill in the third round.
Nice.
Cortland Sutton in the 15th. Josh Reynolds in the 15th. Randall Cobb in the 15th. And I'm sorry, Dak Prescott as well in the 15th round. So,
Now, tell them what the 15th round.
15th round. You can keep a player if a player was picked up off of the waivers, off of free agency. If you pick a player and you have them, we set a deadline. You have to have these players on your team by week 13, week 14, whatever it was.
Yeah, I think 14.
And if you don't have a player on your roster from week 14 to the end of the season, you can't keep them.
Yeah.
But if you got a player off of the waivers before that time and you had him on your team at the end of the season, that's a 15th round pick for your keeper. So these options were waiver guys. So like I said, Cortland Sutton in the 15th, Josh Reynolds in the 15th, Randall Cobb in the 15th, and Dak Prescott in the 15th round. What do you think? What do you guys think that her best option as a keeper should be?
Her best keeper should be Tyreek Hill in the third round because he going before the third round. So you're looking at value. If you're gonna get somebody in the later round they projected to get, that's really good.
Right.
And then with Patrick Mahomes and that offense, and where he just has so many bums, third round Tyreek Hill, that's terrific.
Yes.
A year ago now I wouldn't have said that, but he showed me a lot more. He became a more versatile receiver. So
Yeah, I think third round Tyreek Hill is the best pick for her. And she has Aaron Rodgers in the second round. She can keep in the second round, but I think that she's going to end up getting Barkley, of course, Aaron Rodgers, and Tyreek Hill
If she wanted.
if she wants, and that I'm sure she wants that. So I don't think no one else will pick Aaron Rodgers before it comes back to her.
Yeah.
Right.
So she'll end up getting those 3 again this year. But I would definitely, in her situation, keep Tyreek Hill at number 3.
Yeah, and I agree with that. Tyreek Hill in the third round. I mean, the guy was the number 1 scoring wide receiver last year. You get the number 1 scoring wide receiver in the third round. That's you can't ask for nothing more. So, you said that she can still be able to get Rodgers in the second if she wanted to.
If she wanted to.
I don't agree with that. I wouldn't do that.
yeah.
But if he will be there if she wanted to do that.
Right. She likes Rodgers.
Yeah.
I love her.
So I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
So you want to let Egg do yours?
Oh, yeah. I got the second pick, me right here. I was in the championship and I lost. I lost in the championship last year. But here are my options. I have David Johnson in the first round, which I'm not going to do that because I have the second pick. I have DeAndre Hopkins in the second round, Juju Smith-Schuster in the 5th round, Sony Michel in the 9th round, and Nick Chubb in the 15th round. I got some options. I've been scratching my head, you know what I'm saying? But I made my mind up. But let's see what you guys.
So since he got his team, who would you keep? What would be the best value for you? Who would you
I think the best value in his situation would be Chubb in the 15th round. I think the average pick for him is the 5th round. So there's like a 10-round gap.
Chubb going in the 2nd round.
Yeah.
That's his average.
Top.
He's a 2nd round pick this year.
Well, that's like 13th round difference. So, I mean, to me, that's a no-brainer.
Mm-hmm.
See, I would say one thing. I would love to have Chubb 15 round, but don't sleep on Juju 5th round. That's great. A potential 1st round receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Now he the man. You get him in the 5th. You get to keep him in the 5th round. That's great value too.
That's great value.
I would. With all being said, I would
Yeah.
Nick Chubb 15 round. Pop 1,000.
Yeah. I mean,
Now,
I'm gonna go ahead and just, we agreed that we wasn't gonna speak on our own teams, but what you said about Juju, that's why I said I've been scratching my head here and there about what I was gonna do, because I'm like, man, Juju in the 5th round or
nice.
Hopkins in the 2nd round. It's like I was saying with Miss K Hunt, she has Tyreek in the 3rd round, a number one potential number one scoring wide receiver in the 3rd round. I have a potential top 5 scoring wide receiver in the 5th round, or a potential number 1 scoring in the 2nd round. So I have those options as well. But Chubb in the 15th, potential top 12 running back, which is one of the it's pretty much the most important position. And the 15th round it's hard to pass up.
All right. And for the world, America, I found out some great news this week. About some 15 round news.
What you finna talk about?
Not yours.
Now you ain't talking about yours, like we're gonna get to you.
I was excited about that news.
He's just so
We're gonna get to
antsy.
you. He ready. But the next pick is the Blue Gotti boys, Kenny. He has the 3rd pick, and his options are Fournette in the 1st round, Dalvin Cook in the 2nd round, Gronk in the 3rd round. That's who you should keep. No, I'm just playing. Kenyon Drake in the 4th round. Then you have the waiver guys, which is Ty Montgomery in the 15th, Golden Tate in the 15th. I'm sorry, I skipped one. Alshon Jeffrey was a 3rd round. He has a 3rd round option for Alshon Jeffrey and Anthony Miller in the 15th round. I said Golden Tate.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Yuck.
what do you? I mean,
It's either Cook or nothing.
yeah. In my opinion, Dalvin Cook is the decision here. It was at one point he was leaning another way, and I was trying to talk him into that's a great decision. But he's right now he's leaning in towards the right decision, which is Dalvin Cook in the 2nd round, which is a late 2nd round pick. He got the 3rd pick, so that's going to be late in the 2nd round. That's the 10th pick of the 2nd round. So that's good value. That's the best value on his team, in my opinion.
Yeah, I say Cook also. It was a misprint earlier that I had.
Yeah.
It said Alshon Jeffrey's 15th round.
I
No.
got excited.
So I'm like, wow, how did that happen?
Yeah.
But yeah, Alshon Jeffrey was a 3rd round option. So with that being said, I would say Cook, 2nd round.
Yeah.
It's not even. I really don't have too much to say because I'm looking at everybody else.
Yeah.
It's either Fournette or Cook, and I don't trust Fournette in the 1st round, so it's Dalvin Cook.
No. Yeah, Dalvin Cook is the option there. And now's the time. Number 4 pick. This guy right here, LaRon, he's the number 4 pick. And his options are LaShawn McCoy in the 2nd round, Devontae Adams in the 3rd round, Kerryon Johnson in the 9th round. Then you have George Kittle in the 15th round, Derrick Henry in the 15th round, Andrew Luck. I forgot to write the round here. I'm sorry.
7th round.
7th round for Andrew Luck. So those are LeBron's options here. I mean, you don't have to speak on your team.
I mean, I will.
But I feel like Derrick Henry in the 15th round. Although I'm really not feeling where Derrick Henry is going in the average draft position, his average draft position. But
What's his average?
I think his average is like 4th round.
Okay.
I
had it
really,
mixed up.
in my opinion, and then I'm going based on, you have to know your league as well. You can't really just look at average draft position,
Right.
And everybody in our league ain't looking at that.
It's
You
a
know
lot of
what I'm
reaching.
saying? So
Yeah.
I feel like in our league, Derrick Henry was going to go in the 3rd round. I don't agree with that at all. But Derrick Henry in the 15th round, that's great.
I see you dead here.
Other than that, you have Devontae Adams, which is a top 3 wide receiver potentially. in the 3rd round, that's also great value. And Kerryon Johnson in the 9th round is also excellent value.
Right.
Kerryon is excellent value in my opinion, but that 15th round for Derrick Henry is just so hard to pass that up.
Yes,
But,
yes.
It would be between. Oh man, it would be between Henry and probably Kerryon if it was me.
Yeah, that I agree. One of the two. But you can't in this situation. You can't pass up.
Yeah.
You can't pass up Henry
Because he
in the
gonna get
15th round.
so many touches, so many opportunities, man.
Right.
It's just, and they offense go through him. You know,
Right.
last year they had him and Deion Lewis, cock food.
But the question is with them, are they going to commit to Derrick Henry early instead of waiting until late in the season like they've been doing? Because Derrick Henry does really nothing in the early parts of the season. Over 50% of his fantasy points was in the last 4 games.
So maybe he don't like nice weather.
I think they'll go to him early, and he'll be the bell cow, and they'll lean on him, and like you said, go through him.
No, they see what they get late in the season,
Right.
so they should continue that momentum from in the last season. You know, they riding hot hand. Keep it going.
Yeah, I believe he had like over almost 700 yards in like the last 4 games.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And he barely got over 1,000 yards.
Yeah.
So that lets you know that the early parts of his season was really nothing. He was, like I said, he's a waiver guy. He was dropped. You know what I'm saying? Because he wasn't producing anything. But the question is, are they going to lean on him consistently throughout the season? That's the only question with Derrick Henry.
Malcolm Mariota, you gotta help him out too. You gotta stay consistent. You gotta stay healthy.
You say Mariota?
Yeah, he gotta stay throwing the ball right because a great running back needs good quarterback play to sustain what he want to do.
Right.
You know, keep
Man,
the defense honest.
Right. All right, we're going to move on. We have Damone, which is the money team. His options, he's the 5th pick. His options is Alvin Kamara in the 1st round, Michael Thomas in the 2nd round, Christian McCaffrey in the 3rd round. Yes, people, he had an amazing draft. We know.
Yeah.
Adrian Peterson in the 7th round, Jarvis Landry in the 5th, Evan Ingram in the 6th, Matt Ryan in the 10th. Then you have Amari Cooper in the 15th, Tariq Cohen in the 15th, Vance McDonald in the 15th, Big Ben in the 15th. He has a lot of options because he's one of the guys that really don't make a lot of moves. So, like we said, we set that deadline, and if anybody was dropped after that deadline, he really don't drop people. So he had all these options available to him, and he had a great team. He fell short because he had one bad week in the playoffs,
and that was the week before the championship
before
game,
the championship.
Super Bowl.
Other than that, he was smashing.
Yeah, he was getting it.
But what you think his best value would be?
I think
it's a lot of options to go over.
I think his best value is to keep Christian McCaffrey in the 3rd round. A lot of people have him going 1st round.
Yeah, top 3.
Well, everybody got him going 1st round.
Yeah, he go.
And to get him in the 3rd round, which he possibly is going to be top 3 in points this year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not gonna say a no-brainer because he has some good.
Because
he has some great options.
Mm-hmm.
I would say don't sleep on Amari Cooper 15 round.
Yeah.
That's a great option.
It is.
Yeah.
Potentially top 12 receiver in 15 round.
Right.
Now I would still keep McCaffrey.
Right.
But if he was to choose Amari Cooper, I wouldn't sneeze at it.
Right.
You know, that's a lot of value.
I mean, it is, but McCaffrey in the 3rd round, man, that's top 3 running back.
You want to get your hands on him.
Yeah.
If you have a chance, and he has a chance.
And you also have to look at what you can do within the draft with building your team as well. He can keep a top 3 running back in the 3rd round and still have potential to add another top tier or whatever, top 12 running back at number 5. You know, if there's one still available.
That would really sound good.
Yeah.
Or if he wanted to go the route, since I already kept Christian McCaffrey a top 3 running back, he can go ahead and snag DeAndre Hopkins at number 5 or Devontae Adams at number 5. You know what I'm saying? Like, he has great options. You know,
he could be more aggressive.
Yeah. So you said don't sleep on Amari Cooper, but you said what would you?
I would keep Chris McCaffrey. I was just saying I don't think it would be just crazy if he did keep Amari Cooper, but no, the best is Chris McCaffrey. Yeah, third round, top 5 running back, with all the touch and everything.
So far we hadn't had a disagreement.
Right.
So
it's coming soon.
We may disagree on, we may not,
Right.
So okay, at number 6 we have Blake. I forgot your team name. I'm sorry, but we got Blake.
Is it Top Notch?
Top notch.
Top notch.
We got top notch Blake, and his options is Zach Ertz in the 3rd round,
Nice.
Marlon Mack in the 5th round, Mark Ingram in the 6th round, Jared Goff in the 12th, Tyler Lockett in the 15th, Austin Eckler in the 15th, Curtis Samuel in the 15th. And he's available to keep, but I shouldn't say his name, but Jeff Wilson in the 15th.
Shout out to Jeff Wilson.
I ain't trying to disrespect you. I ain't trying to disrespect you nothing, but come on now.
Ain't nobody keeping you though, bro.
But yeah. So who want to pop it off? What's the best option for Blake?
In my opinion, the best option is Mark Ingram, 6th round. A running back that's in an offense that wants to run the ball, and when they want to run the ball, have ball control, play defense. So that's great. And you got a running back that's motivated. He got let go by New Orleans. Now he finally can be the true man where he want to be. 6th round, Mark Ingram. I think that's a great value.
Can I do Lee Corso real quick? Is it copyright infringement? Not so fast, my friend.
Yeah.
Tyler Lockett in the 15th round. Now I agree. Mark Ingram in the 6th round. That's good. It's great. But I really don't think that he won't be able to get Mark Ingram too much far away from there. Yeah. Maybe 5th round or 6th or 5th or 4th or 5th round maybe. But Tyler Lockett.
But you remember what you said earlier. In our league, people do tend to reach.
Yeah.
So
well, if they reach and get him, then they're leaving something else behind.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So Tyler Lockett in the 15th round, man. You have now, although their offense, I know we previously talked about with the quarterbacks rankings that we did. We previously talked about Russell Wilson, and I said that I was kind of down on Russell Wilson because they're really not a passing offense, which they're not. They want to run. But when they do pass,
they go deep.
And then Tyler Lockett is the guy. And you have the rookie DK Metcalf, he's hurt. You have David Moore, he's hurt. Yeah. So it's like Tyler Lockett or nothing.
So they're just making that 15th round value look even better now.
In the 15th round, I could not pass up Tyler Lockett. What you think?
I agree. Tyler Lockett, I will most definitely pick him in this situation. He's going to be the man. He's going to have great opportunities. He's very fast. They're going to have to play off of him. And you know what happened when they play off of him. Mm-hmm. He can go underneath, get the 7-yard, and then catch a run, yards after catch. And I think he's going to have a big year this year. A lot more catches, more opportunities. I would most definitely pick him in the 15th round. Not to go, totally against what you were saying because it makes sense. But like Courtney said, he may still be able to get Ingram at 5th or 6th. But if he don't keep Lockett won't be there.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So, but another guy that we have to just say something about is the option to keep Austin Eckler in the 15th round.
Right.
Now, we don't know what's going to go on with Melvin Gordon, but there's a chance that Austin Eckler could have the starting role for a while. It could be the whole season, it could be half of the season. We don't know. So that's why the no-brainer for me is Tyler Lockett over Austin Eckler. That's why Mark Ingram over Austin, because we don't know that situation. We don't know how long he's going to have that situation in his hands. So I just had to bring up his name, because that's another option.
But if we knew that he wasn't coming back like Bell did last year,
but even with that, I think I would rather have Justin Jackson. I just feel like he a better he fits more than Austin Eckler does. He reminds me of Melvin Gordon more than Austin Eckler does.
So who's going to have most touches?
Eckler.
Justin Jackson.
I think Eckler. I think I don't know. It's just the way. Maybe they just doing a smoke screen, but Austin Eckler has gotten way more snaps with the first team in the preseason. They use him way more with the first team. Even last year when Gordon was out, they used Eckler more. Now Justin Jackson did have one game when I think he outtouched Eckler. I believe.
Oh yeah, that Steelers game when he went off.
But
Sunday game.
they use Eckler more than Justin Jackson. Now they could be, like I said, they could switch it up this year and be having a smoke screen so that everybody don't know.
Trying to hide in the preseason.
Right, but as far as what we've seen, it seems like they want to use Eckler as the man. But they did come out and say that it's going to be close to a 50-50 split, if not exactly 50-50. So, you know.
Touch and go, kind of like Tampa Bay. You know, you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah. All right, at number 7, we have the Magnificent 9, Demetrius. His options are Julio Jones in the first round, Lamar Miller in the 4th round, Drew Brees in the 6th round, and then you have your waiver guys. You have Peyton Barber in the 15th, Jared Cook in the 15th, James Conner in the 15th, and Allen Robinson in the 15th. I mean, we really don't have to
I didn't
ponder on this long.
I didn't hear anything but
James Conner.
I mean,
it ain't even a question.
was there anybody else that was mentioned?
No.
Well, I think Allen Robinson. You know what I'm saying? I think he might not on.
Allen who? Allen who?
No, we not disrespecting you, Allen Robinson.
Allen Robinson.
But James Conner in the 15th round, that
Yeah.
is an absolute no-brainer.
Yeah.
Do y'all even want to ponder on this?
No.
Okay.
No, let's move on.
And with the number 8 pick, we have this guy right here. Who are you?
Erric B is my name.
With his options, he has Stephon Diggs in the 2nd, Adam Thielen in the 3rd, Kirk Cousins in the 5th, James White in the 8th, Robert Woods in the 11th, Latavius Murray in the 15th, DJ Moore in the 14th, Eric Ebron in the 15th, and David Njoku in the 15th. Can I pop it off?
Oh yeah.
I really didn't want to say this because when I saw it, I was like, oh man. But so I really don't want to say this, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it. In my opinion, I would keep Robert Woods. I would keep Robert Woods in the 11th round.
Ooh, nice.
That, in my opinion, is excellent. Robert Woods is his ADP. I don't know about in our league. I think he probably will go later than the ADP. But the ADP, everywhere else is late 4th round, early 5th round for Robert Woods.
Nice.
Having him in the 11th round, that is excellent, man. He looks like he's the number one. I know Cooper Kupp, but he looks like he's the number one option with the Rams. Even when Cooper Kupp was playing, Robert Woods was on pace for 130 targets. When Cooper Kupp was out, Robert Woods was on pace for 130 targets. It didn't change.
Yeah, he getting his.
So he getting his. He looked like he's the number one option, if not the number one, a very close number 2 option. Having that in the 11th round, I couldn't pass it up.
I noticed you like the Vikings a lot, don't you? Yeah, 13 Vikings on your team.
They alright.
Well, we gotta say the situation.
No. But man, I actually forgot about Robert Woods 11th round. I was thinking about Adam Thielen, but when you said Robert Woods, I said, oh man, yeah, I would do that 11th round.
Yeah,
you don't have to though. Take your
We're
time.
not really trying to talk you into this because I don't want you to do it.
We just do it for the viewers.
We gotta do it for y'all. It's y'all fault that he gonna.
I mean, it was certainly something that I looked at. He just got a contract. He just added some more money on his contract. He's happy about that, and he's healthy, and they got a great relationship, and everybody's all yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So tell the world what you thinking about for tonight.
Well, Thielen, of course, is a great pick. Great keeper in the 3rd round. He's a target monster. He does. I mean, he scores touchdowns. He gets a lot of yards, plenty of action. He's can't say enough about the young man. But Woods is also a great option. With that being said, my mind isn't made up. It's been between those two since day one. I haven't said much about Woods. I haven't said anything about Woods, but I've been studying and been watching some stuff, and he's most definitely on the radar. I'm leaning 75-25 with Thielen, but who knows? Who knows what's going to happen within the next 3-4 hours?
Yeah.
So stay tuned.
Oh yeah, we're gonna recap the draft. So hey, stay tuned. Like you said, the next pick, 9th pick, was Boss Hog in the Lane Jr. We have Todd Gurley in the first round. Like I said, he's the 9th pick. Todd Gurley in the first round. Mike Evans in the 3rd round. Aaron Jones in the 9th round. Chris Carson in the 8th. Big Mike Williams in the 15th for the Chargers. And Patrick Mahomes in the 15th. In my opinion, this is another one of those no-brainers.
Yeah.
We don't have to spend a lot of time on this. 1, 2, 3. Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes in the 15th round.
The Mahomes.
Right. Next pick, number 10,
right.
is a light-skinned friend at number 10, Antonio. Now, the first round, he has Odell that he can keep. Russell Wilson in the 4th round. T.Y. Hilton in the 5th. Phillip Lindsay in the 15th. Calvin Ridley in the 15th. Larry Fitzgerald in the 15th. Well, also, he can keep the Colts defense in the 15th if you want to.
Ooh, go right ahead.
Hey.
Antonio, listen, come here. Let me tell you something. Hey, Colts, the Colts.
He'll be a light-skinned friend.
Nah, but, yeah, what you think his best option is?
I love Phillip Lindsay, 15 round. A starting running back. He had over 1,000 yards rushing last year. You know, he's a great runner. He hit the hole quick. You know, he's great outside. He can catch. You know, and with Joe Flacco, they want to run the ball and throw the ball to tight ends. They want to control the ball, get back to the old Denver Broncos ways.
Yeah.
So I would love to have Phillip Lindsay in the 15th round.
I agree. Phillip Lindsay in the 15th round. But there is another name that I didn't realize that he was able to keep. You know, we just did the updates recently, and we sent all the team owners their updates, and I didn't realize that he could keep Calvin Ridley in the 15th round. But when I saw it, I was like, oh, that's another good option. But Phillip Lindsay in the 15th, in my opinion, is the best way to go.
Yeah, I would pick Lindsay also, but like you said, with Ridley, that's a steal too. Even though his average
is lower.
Yeah, it is. But I just
it's not that low. It's like, I think it's like 6th round, I believe. Yeah.
I have to check that. I thought it was lower.
Yeah, 15 round. That's good with Calvin with the offense they got and Atlanta explosive offense.
Yeah, his ADP has went through the roof. It shot up.
Yeah, but I think it'll be. I think he'll pick.
Yeah, Phillip Lindsay is the pick
for sure.
Is there anybody else that y'all want to ponder on with his team, or is okay? Number 11, we have. You remember what's his team name? We have John at number 11.
Is he the 4 horsemen? No,
that was back in the day. It was the 4 horsemen back in the day.
Yeah,
well, he was the champ.
Legion
The Legion of Goons. That's his team now. The Legion of Goons.
Okay.
John. Back in the day, the 4 horsemen. That's when you was the champion. You better not change your name to 4 horsemen now.
Change the name.
He gonna see this. He gonna see it and change it.
You know what? I did when I had that name.
His options, he's the number 11 pick. His options are Melvin Gordon in the 1st round, Joe Mixon in the 2nd round, Travis Kelce in the 3rd, Cam Newton in the 5th, Julian Edelman in the 6th, Justin Jackson in the 15th, and Chris Thompson in the 15th. I'll pop it off. My opinion, I know he hasn't been thinking this way. That's why we're not going to show this until after the draft. But my opinion, I would keep Travis Kelce in the 3rd round because I know he's going to keep Joe Mixon. I know he wants Joe Mixon in the 2nd round. He has a number 11 pick. I believe he has a chance to still get Joe Mixon at 11. Maybe get him in 11th round, an 11th pick. I'm sorry. And that's only 2 picks away from where he would be keeping him. That's really not good value. We talking about value here. Value is Travis Kelce in the 3rd round.
That's nice.
His ADP is in the back of the 1st round, early 2nd round. His ADP is Gronk. Remember, Gronk every year was back of the 1st or an early mid 2nd. That was every single year. That was his ADP. Now that's Travis Kelce's ADP. That's my decision. I think that's what he should do. What about you?
I also agree with Travis Kelce, but I had forgot about the Julian Edelman 7th round. That's nice. You know, he always get 140 targets every year. You know, he does real good in the red zone, and of course he has connection with Tom Brady, and that's good. That's good value of 7. But I would overlook Travis Kelce the 3rd round. You can't. There's no other way you can get that.
Right.
Besides him keeping him, so yeah, I would do it in a heartbeat. You got a top tier tight end, and he catches like a receiver in the 3rd round.
Yeah, I'd say Travis Kelce too. Like you said, if he keeps Kelce, he may still have a chance to get Mixon. But if he keep Mixon, there's no way he's getting Kelce.
No way.
So, I mean, and then if he keeps Kelce and don't get Mixon, and when they come back around to him in the snake format, he'll still be able to get a top tier running back with not that much of a drop off, if any. But if he keep mixing, and the next tight end, the drop off is tremendous.
He would be
between Kelce and the next.
Yeah, he will be forced to reach.
Yeah,
because he will be keeping Mixon in the 2nd. So that means he would have to draft a tight end in the 1st round because that 2nd round is Joe Mixon.
Yeah.
In the 3rd round, those tight ends might be gone. We're
Right.
talking about Zach Ertz and George Kittle.
Right.
And once again, you have to know your league. That's why I'm saying they might be gone. You got to know your league. I believe that somebody is going to pick those guys. Maybe not George Kittle, but I can see Travis Kelce being gone by his third round pick. So, yeah, man, I'm really not the guy that leans towards picking a tight end early. I'm not that guy. I like to wait, but Travis Kelce in the 3rd, I could not pass that up at all. And I'm not the guy to do it,
That's something you just can't overlook. You gotta, when it's there, you gotta take it.
Yes. So we can move on. At the last pick,
Mr. Irrelevant.
Mr. Irrelevant. You're not irrelevant. You're not irrelevant. What's his team name? Vic. I forgot his team name. I'm sorry. I should have wrote everybody's team name down, but I'll put it in there. Insert here. We have Vic at number 12. His options are Ezekiel Elliott in the 1st round, Deshaun Watson in the 3rd round, Brandon Cooks in the 5th, Baker Mayfield in the 15th, Matt Breida in the 15th, Gus the Bus Edwards in the 15th, Kenny Galladay, in the 15th, Adam Humphries in the 15th, and Jordan Howard in the 15th. You got a lot of 15th round options.
Hold on. I want to say he drafted Jordan Howard 2nd round.
I'm sorry. I
Man,
missed that.
what's his name? The Zeke and Howard combo party.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
You are absolutely right.
Okay.
Cut that out. Don't get excited, Vic. Jordan Howard in the 2nd round. I'm sorry. Good catch. Good catch. But what you feel like his best option is?
I feel like his best option is Kenny Galladay 15th round. No, in between me, Kenny Galladay or Baker Mayfield. Because I love Kenny Galladay. I think he's a big play receiver. They let go to take off for a reason. I think every time he's on the field, they always use him way more than they use Marvin Jones. He gets way more target, share and everything. And man, he's like what's his nickname? Baby Megatron. And I think he had it for even a bigger year this year. So the 15th round.
I don't know if I agree with the target
Target share.
because Marvin Jones' targets really didn't fall off. What really fell off is his catch percentage, his catches and contested catch rate. That dropped off, and the what else dropped off? His yards per catch dropped down. When he had his big season, he was on pace for the same amount, around the same target range he was on pace for last year. But he was averaging like 19 yards per catch. Yeah. And then his contested catch rate was like sky high that year. That's why he had all those touchdowns. But the difference from that year and last year, the contested rate drop, catch rate drop, and the average yards per catch, it was like 13 yards per catch or 14 yards per catch compared to 19 yards per catch.
He normally big play threat.
But Kenny Galladay is a good option. All these Kenny Galladay is a good option. Baker Mayfield. In my opinion, I think it'll be hard to not keep Zeke because I feel like the deal is about to get done and having, in my opinion, the number 1 running back. I believe if Zeke plays 16 games, he will finish as the number 1 running back having the number 1 running back in points at the 12th pick, that's like, I mean, I couldn't pass that up. My number 2 option would be Baker Mayfield in the 15th round. I believe he's going to step it up this year. He could potentially be in the top 5 in points, but we talking about the running back position is a way more important position.
Yeah.
And the number 1 in points at running back at the 12th pick, I couldn't pass that up.
Yeah, you gotta have the need for great running backs is might be.
Well, I would personally keep Baker Mayfield. Like you said, you got to know your league, and I believe in this league, if he keep Baker Mayfield in the 15th, he could possibly still get Zeke. I don't know who would take a chance on Zeke right now that early, like you did last year with Bell. Would well, hold on, listen. It wasn't bad though, because you didn't know.
Yeah.
You know, like we don't know what's Zeke's situation. I mean, they say they're getting closer to a deal. Possibly, you just never know. But with that being said, he may still be able to get him, and if like I said earlier, and if he don't be able to get him, somebody else grab him, then that means there's going to be another person that's right there. There probably won't be that much of a drop off.
Oh yeah, it
As for we talking first round, we talking first round.
We're talking about people getting kept too.
I understand, but a lot of people are not keeping those. I don't think.
If they don't keep them, they're gonna get drafted. We got they're gonna get drafted. Well, Zeke, like I said, I believe Zeke is gonna be, if he plays 16 games, he'd be the number 1, if not number 1, number 2.
But that drop off, I'm sorry.
I don't think. Go ahead.
The drop off between Zeke and then the possible running back that he can get won't be a bigger drop off from Mayfield and the other quarterback that he drafted down to 7, 8 round or whatever.
Yes, it will. It will be way bigger.
I don't think so.
Dude, the difference between the quarterback positions are extremely small. Extremely small in points.
But this is why I said it. We went to we switched it up as far as the point.
Yeah.
We're going 6 points per touchdown pass for the quarterback,
Right.
and then we're going to bonus points for
not the quarterback.
we didn't for the 400 yard pass.
400 yards.
400 yard pass.
That's right.
So it's going to be
The need for great quarterback is a must now.
I just think it'll be a bigger drop off from the quarterback that he choose if he don't keep Baker. I think Baker's going to go off this year. That's why I'm saying this.
Yeah, I mean,
I think that's going to be a bigger gap in between those 2 quarterbacks as opposed to that running back that he picked in the first round if he didn't keep Zeke. And we're going to put a pin in this, and we're going to come back and watch it.
All available. Yeah.
And we're going to see.
yeah, I mean,
I disagree. It could be way different.
Yeah.
I mean, the running back, it could be way different for what I'm saying. But
I feel like if the other running back that he could get, like you have Barkley gone, you have Christian McCaffrey gone, you have Kamara gone, you have David Johnson gone, you have Connor gone, you have Mixon gone, you have Cook gone, you have Le'Veon gone, you have Mixon gone, you have, it's like the drop off is going to be extreme.
Yeah.
And running back, but the drop off for the quarterback position, he could wait till like 7th, 8th, 9th round and still get a quarterback that will be, it may be less than Baker Mayfield, but it may be like 15 points total for the whole season.
You can get somebody like Phillip Rivers in 11 rounds. He might do 10 less points than Baker Mayfield. In 11 rounds.
That's how the quarterback positions be working. But I could be wrong. It could go different, especially with this points switch that we did. It could be totally different. But we're gonna put a pin.
Quarterback friendly.
We're gonna put a pin. Let's make a bet.
All right.
Another.
If you like, if it's a bigger drop, because he gonna keep Zeke. I believe he gonna keep Zeke.
And that's not bad.
Yeah,
of course.
So by him keeping Zeke, whatever quarterback he end up with, let's see the difference. The difference in the points. How much big of a difference will it be from Baker Mayfield? And then we'll see, like in the draft, the way it's going. But we'll be like at the 12th pick, we'll see like, okay, these running backs are available.
Right.
So he would have been able to get him.
Right.
So we'll compare them to with Zeke and that person. So
whoever wrong, they gotta wear the T-shirt with the person face on there. So say if you say Baker Mayfield, he said Carson Wentz. If Carson Wentz had more,
that's not really a good bet because I wouldn't mind wearing it. I want something he don't mind.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned. Just like we said last time, stay tuned. But yeah, like I said, that was the last person.
yeah,
Man, stay with us because we're gonna do a draft
that was
recap.
fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
Draft is tonight, 6:30, August 24th, 2019.
Yes, sir.
Now is the time.
Today is National Fantasy Draft Day. Man.
Yeah,
We
it
forgot to
is.
say that.
Yeah.
Hey.
Forgot all about that.
Hey, everybody out there that's drafting, wish y'all good
Yeah.
luck. Everybody that's in this league drafting, except me, I wish y'all bad luck. Y'all need y'all keep the worst keeper.
But, you know, I done been to 3 out of the last 4 Super Bowls, so let's keep that train going.
On that note, you can get up off this set. But like we say all the time, appreciate y'all for sticking with us this far. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And
Please do.
yes, sir.
Yes.
And until next time.
Well, yeah.